in the morning.
Welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful day, but honestly my brain is completely fried from all the drama we have to unpack right now, so grab a snack and get comfortable because we have a lot to talk about. Oh my god, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now with what is happening on our screens. Okay, but listen. You guys know I am always here for the drama, but this is actually crossing a line into total insanity, and my jaw is permanently on the floor. Jack Abbott is actually faking a whole entire romance with Patty Williams. Patty, the woman who is literally out of her mind and holding his wife hostage. I was eating dinner and literally choked when Jack looked her in the eye and agreed to give her his mind, body, soul, and heart. Like, why would he do that? I know he is desperate to save Diane Jenkins Abbott, but this is still so dramatic, and honestly I am terrified for him. At this point I'm yelling at my screen because Jack is playing with fire and Patty is a literal walking flamethrower. She is completely unhinged and he is just feeding right into her delusions. Oh wait, before that happened, actually, I need to back up because the history here is so important, and don't even get me started on that. Remember the yacht? How could anyone forget the yacht? Victor Newman literally paid Patty to kidnap Jack, lock him in a cabin on an abandoned yacht, and drug him out of his mind. Patty took advantage of Jack while he was completely incapacitated by whatever drugs she pumped into him. It was a total nightmare, and Diane actually walked in and caught them in bed together. Diane saw Jack and Patty and completely lost her mind, which led to their entire marriage falling apart, and now Jack is pretending to be in love with this exact same woman who traumatized him. The audacity. Not okay. I'm dead. I literally had to pause and text my friend immediately because the psychological torture Jack is putting himself through right now is actually unhinged. Okay, where was I? Right. So Jack is trying to play this incredibly dangerous game of chess with Patty. He thinks he can outsmart her by giving her what she wants so she will slip up and reveal where she is hiding Diane. But Patty is not just sitting around waiting for him to hold her hand. Oh no. She is escalating things so fast my head is spinning. In the latest episodes, Patty literally demanded that she move into the Abbott mansion. And not just move in, but she wants Jack all to herself, which means Traci Abbott and Carl Abbott have to pack their bags and leave their own home. I am screaming. She kicked his family out. She needs to get it together, I swear. But Jack actually agreed to it. He held a secret family meeting and told Traci and Carl they have to leave so Patty can move in. I can't breathe. The fact that Jack is willing to empty out his ancestral home for this psychopath just shows how desperate he is. I forgot to mention earlier, but Diane is going through absolute hell right now. She is locked up in this creepy remote house that is supposed to be a clinic but looks like a prison. And Dr. Lawrence Markham is the worst. He keeps trying to gaslight her into thinking she had a mental breakdown in her car and that Jack put him in charge of her care. He even threatened to use other methods if she didn't eat her food and cooperate with his talk therapy. Honestly, seriously, I feel so bad for her. But Diane is an absolute queen and she is fighting back. She told him her 5 senses tell her he is a liar. And then she made the horrifying discovery that Patty Williams is the mastermind pulling the strings. My jaw dropped. Diane knows Patty is behind this, but she is trapped and helpless while Patty is out there stealing her husband and her house. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever, anyway, let's talk about what Patty is going to demand next because this is where I am literally losing my mind. Patty has moved into the Abbott mansion. The house is completely empty. It is just Jack and Patty, alone, in this massive house. You know exactly what she is going to want. She wants to take their relationship to the bedroom. She wants to recreate the magic of what happened on that yacht, which is insane by the way considering Jack was drugged out of his mind and it was a complete violation. But in Patty's delusional brain, they are soulmates who have this beautiful romantic encounter. She is going to expect Jack to sleep with her, and this time, he is completely sober. I am literally hyperventilating just thinking about it. How is Jack going to handle this? Is he actually going to sleep with his abuser just to keep up the charade? I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly. Mark my words, Jack is backed into the most horrific corner imaginable. He promised Patty his whole heart and soul. He told her my answer is yes. He took her to society for cocktails and toasted to their romantic adventure. He is selling this lie so hard, but when the bedroom doors close, what is he going to do? If he rejects her, Patty will snap. She is a ticking time bomb. If she realizes Jack is faking it, she could call Dr. Markham and order him to do something terrible to Diane. Jack knows that Diane's safety depends entirely on his ability to keep Patty happy and convinced of his love. At this point I'm yelling at my screen, Jack, find another way, hack her phone, do something, because the idea of him having to sleep with Patty makes me actually sick to my stomach. And don't even get me started on how Diane is going to react to this. Let's say Jack actually goes through with it. Let's say he sleeps with Patty, completely sober, to maintain his cover and eventually gets the intel he needs to rescue Diane. Do we really think Diane is going to be grateful? Oh honey, no. Diane is going to absolutely lose her mind. She is already so traumatized by walking in on Jack and Patty on the yacht. That image is burned into her brain. If she finds out Jack willingly slept with Patty again, even if it was to save her life, she will never forgive him. Diane's pride and her jealousy are way too strong. She will feel completely betrayed. She will look at Jack and only see Patty. It will literally destroy whatever is left of their marriage. I was like, are you serious when I realized this is a no-win situation for Jack? Okay, but listen, we have to talk about Jack's mental state right now because the poor guy is hanging by a thread. He is carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. He feels responsible for Diane getting kidnapped because he is the one who brought Victor's wrath down on them, and Victor is the one who brought Patty back to town. Jack is operating on pure guilt and adrenaline. He is looking at Patty, the woman who violated him, and forcing himself to smile and flirt and act like he wants her. The psychological toll that must be taking on him is actually unfathomable. I honestly don't know how he hasn't completely cracked yet. He is putting on the performance of a lifetime, but at what cost? He is sacrificing his own sanity and his own body to save his wife. It's tragic. It's literally a Shakespearean tragedy playing out in Genoa City. Oh wait, I almost forgot to talk about the empty mansion dynamic. Imagine the sheer terror of being Jack right now. Ka and Traci are gone. The mansion is huge and echoing. Patty is probably wandering around in one of Diane's robes, acting like she owns the place. She is probably planning their wedding in her head. She thinks she has finally won. She defeated Diane and got her man. Jack has to sleep under the same roof as her, knowing she could creep into his room at any moment. It is literally like a horror movie. I would be sleeping with one eye open and a chair wedged under the door handle. But Jack can't do that. He has to play the loving, eager boyfriend. He has to welcome her advances. I am literally cringing so hard my face hurts. Sometimes I lose the thread and have to circle back. Okay, where was I? Right. So the bedroom situation. Jack needs a miracle. He needs to find a way to outsmart Patty before she drags him into bed. He needs to stall. Maybe he can claim he wants to take things slow, but Patty already said she has been waiting for this for so long. She is not going to want to wait. She wants her prize. Jack's only hope is to somehow get access to her phone or trick her into revealing the location of that creepy clinic. He needs Detective Burrow to work faster. He needs Call to do some rogue investigating. Somebody help this man, because if Jack has to cross that ultimate line, there is no coming back from it. His soul will be crushed, and Diane will never look at him the same way again. And you know what makes me the most angry about all of this? Victor Newman. Honestly, seriously, Victor is the root of all this evil. He is the one who funded Patty's entire operation. He paid for her VIP suite, her clothes, her life of luxury, all to use her as a weapon against Jack. Victor unleashed a literal psychopath on the Abbott family just to get back at Jack for some business rivalry and Nikki drama. It is so sick. Victor is sitting in his ivory tower while Jack is being forced into a non-consensual fake relationship to save his kidnapped wife. The injustice of it all makes me want to scream. I hope Jack destroys Victor when this is all over. I hope he burns Newman Enterprises to the ground, but right now, Jack doesn't have time for Victor. He only has time for Patty and her delusional fantasies. I keep thinking about how Diane is going to handle the aftermath of this. She is stuck in that room with Dr. Markham, fighting for her sanity. She knows Patty is out there. She knows Patty wants Jack. Diane is smart enough to realize that Patty probably gave Jack an ultimatum. Diane is probably sitting in that room right now, terrified that Jack is giving in to Patty's demands. The mental torture for Diane is just as bad as the physical captivity. She is completely isolated, being gaslighted by a fake doctor, and haunted by the thought of Patty taking her place in Jack's bed. It is so dark. The writers are really putting these characters through the ringer, and I am here for it, but also I am so stressed out I need a nap. So to wrap up this massive rant, because my thumbs are literally cramping from typing so fast, Jack is in the worst predicament of his entire life. He has to choose between sleeping with Patty to maintain his cover and save Diane, or blowing his cover and risking Diane's life. He is trapped in an empty mansion with a delusional stalker who thinks they are soulmates. Diane is trapped in a fake clinic with a gaslighting doctor. The clock is ticking. The bedroom is waiting. I am literally on the edge of my seat and I cannot even deal with anxiety. Mark my words, someone is going to snap. Either Jack is going to lose his mind, Patty is going to realize she's being played and go full psycho, or Diane is going to escape and walk in on them again. Whatever happens, it is going to be iconic and devastating. I'm done. I can't. The audacity of it all. See you guys next time because I need to go process my feelings.